In this tutorial, we'll be looking at continuing the setup process for your instructor deck. We're going to look at semesters. Setting up semesters is right here under admin. The same place that we looked at site configuration, right down over here is semesters. Let's talk about this before we actually make some changes here. So a semester has a starting date and an ending date. In this case, notice that I've made the starting date January 1st and the ending date March 27th, and that there are 61 days in this particular semester. You'll find this is important when you look at mark calculations. Now, this 61 days does not include weekends. Notice that there are no excluded dates, but what happens if we have a holiday within that time frame right here? So all we do is we click on the Edit button, and we can exclude a specific date. So I'll click on that. Let's just exclude a date at random, and I can label it Update. So notice that now we have 60 days in that particular semester. One of those dates was excluded. Also notice that this is false, and what that means is it means that it's open. So the question is the semester closed? No, false, it's open. If you're wanting to close the semester, this is the icon that you will use. And you want to be really careful with this because, as it says here, when I hover over it, once a semester is closed, it can't be reopened. It will permanently record all the students' XP for the semester, which means changing or deleting quests, submissions, or badges will no longer affect their marks. And it will also archive any in-progress work. So we see that a semester has a beginning and an end, and that you can create another semester that comes after that. Let's do that. I'm going to go New, and let's say that this new semester begins on April 1st, and it ends in June 30th. Create. And we see that this new semester has 65 days total with no exclusions. And also notice that this is the button to activate it. So right now I would not activate it because we already have a semester that's activated. Now, why would you do this? Why would you bother having separate semesters? Well, there are a bunch of different reasons, but let's go over a couple. First of all, once you've closed the semester, it locks all of the previous work that was done. Students can still view it, but they can't then do work in that semester. This works really well when you have new students, but for the same content. So some instructors will have the exact same material, but new students coming in, or it might be the same students with new content. Now let's have a look at something that many instructors use, but you don't have to, in order to transform XP to grades, and that's called a mark calculation. So each semester has its own mark calculation. And what I'd like to show you first is what is it that the students see in terms of their marks. So I'll go to Students. I only have one student over here, and the student only has 20 XP because they just got started. And I'll click over here on the username. Notice it's a link. And this is where the profile can be adjusted, changed, but also this is where the student will see their mark calculation. Now, it's not here. There's no icon for mark calculation. And the reason is because when we completed the site configuration, we did not turn this on. Let's go turn it on and see what it looks like. So I'll go Site Configuration. I'll scroll all the way down over here. And remember this, use mark percentages. I'm going to click on that. I'll also click on cap marks at 100%. And remember, you have this help text down over here, which can really help you make decisions. And I'll go Update. Let's go back to that student. And now we have a new icon, this blue one over here, which is a chart. Let's click on it. Now this page provides a chart down over here, but it also provides a rationale for where the student is. So far you've earned 20 XP. We're currently 8.3% of the way through the semester. At this pace you'll have 240 XP by the end of the semester. Ooh, clearly I'm not working fast enough because it's 1000 XP. The course is out of 1000 XP, which means that if you get 1000 XP, you'll have 100%. This means that your current mark is 24%. So this provides some really interesting information to the student. Let's look at another example of the mark calculation. So semester 1, students need 1000 XP to earn 100%. If the semester has 60 days in it, then Bytedeck will calculate the percentage for each given day. It's 1000 XP by 60 days, divided by 60 days. So if we're on day 20 of the semester, and the student has earned 300 XP so far, Bytedeck figures it out and shows the student's weighted mark as 90%. I'll let you do the math on that one. So remember that semesters are set up here, and that you really want to be careful about deactivating and activating semesters. Okay, why don't you go to your own instructor deck and have a look at what you'd like your semesters to be. Perhaps put in some dates, and perhaps exclude some dates for things like winter holidays or other holidays. Okay, thank you so much for your attention.